Hey everyone, so today the tutorial is going to be it's going to basically be a series of different videos. It's going to be Drag 101 slash, show you basically what I can do with makeups because, really? With makeups? Great, I can't speak. With makeup, because, I mean, why would you want to subscribe to this channel when, there aren't any videos of makeup? Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so this is gonna basically be Drag 101, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And even if you're not a drag queen, you can still get some tips and tricks from this. I'm very sure you can because I have taught even my own mother about doing certain things on your face. So yeah, that came out wrong. So the first things first, the first thing I'm going to focus on is covering up the eyebrows. Now, some people like to use the glue stick method, and others like to use the spirit gum and wax eyebrow method. I personally like to use the glue stick method just because it's a little bit easier for me, and plus it kind of saves up more time and it actually saves up a little bit of money too. So the glue that I'm going to be using is going to be just basically Elmer's glue. So you want to make sure that you want to trim your eyebrows a little bit. I usually trim or get mine trimmed or wax them or get them threaded. But they're pretty thin right now, so I'm going to go ahead and basically clean up my eyebrows with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to make sure that I get any oil that's on there. And then I'm going to go right into it with the glue stick. Alright? So it's this glue right here. And I personally like to get the purple one just because when you use the purple one, you can see when it dries because it'll dry clear. So the way that I like to do my eyebrows is that I like to basically use about this much of my real eyebrow, just because it looks a little bit more natural when you're doing this. You want to make sure that you want to trim your eyebrows a little bit. I usually trim or get mine trimmed or wax them or get them threaded, but they're pretty thin right now, so I'm going to go ahead and basically clean up my eyebrows with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to make sure that I get any oil that's on there. And then I'm going to go right into it with the glue stick. So I already cleaned up my eyebrows with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to take the spoolie, and then with the spoolie I'm going to basically start from right here and apply an undercoat to the eyebrow, just to make sure that I can get the hair from underneath. You don't have to go all the way with it. Alright. Apply it down, and then after you do that, you can apply the glue stick back on. Usually for me, it takes me about 2 to 3 layers to like really get them covered. Sometimes I even do 4, depending on how long of a night it's gonna be with me doing makeup, or well, while being in makeup, because sometimes I have a show that will last for like 4 or 5 hours. Alright, I'm also going to get started on the other side too. Alright, so this layer is pretty much dry, so I'm going to go in for the second layer now. So, usually what I like to do, if I'm in a hurry for doing makeup, I like to have my blow dryer, and I usually like blow dry like my eyebrows so they can dry much quicker. But, this is it's a lazy day today, so whatever. Alright, now the waiting game. Let's go back in for the third layer. And this should be a little bit quicker now. So now that they're pretty much covered, I'm gonna make sure that I got all the spots that I needed. So make sure when you're putting on the glue stick that you're covering, like you're going underneath here, going a little bit above, a little bit in front of this part of your eyebrow, the beginning of your eyebrow, and then above, and then of course like straight through it. So they're pretty much covered right now. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my translucent powder, Or some people like to use the color powder, whatever they're using for the foundation. But I'm just going to take the translucent powder and just basically set it on top so you can set the glue a little bit better. Alright, so basically you're going to take your powder, and I just have mine in a little pot like this. Take powder puff like this and just basically set it in like a patting motion. Alright, after you do that, I'm going to take this little spatula that I have right here. You can get a spatula anywhere. You can get it at Michael's, or this is from Krylon. I got like a little palette set with this. So you're going to take your Elmer's glue stick, scrape off a big chunk of it, so about like right there, and then go over your covered eyebrows. This is basically like an extra security to make sure that your eyebrows are really covered this time. Because since if you're dancing or if you're basically sweating, you know, your eyebrows can easily become unglued. So once you see like the layers are pretty much like this big, kind of go in with your finger or even with the spatula and smooth it out. I find that using my finger is much better. But go ahead and smooth the glue out and then wait for it to dry. And then after that we're going to set the translucent powder again. Then after the translucent powder we're going to set it with a foundation stick. So now that they're pretty much dry, I'm going to go over it again with translucent powder. Make sure the makeup sets in. So as you can see, they're pretty much covered up right now anyways. But, yep. So the next thing is I'm going to go over it with a foundation stick. Now, the reason why you should use a foundation stick, well, more like the reason why I would recommend this. The reason why is because with foundation sticks, but the consistency is a lot thicker, so it's gonna go on your face a lot thicker than, you know, liquid foundation. So basically just go straight over it and it'll give you the full coverage that you really need. So as you can see, my eyebrows are pretty much covered already. Alright. Now I'm going to leave it like this for a little bit, and I am going to move on to foundation and concealer. Alright? So I hope you guys enjoyed the eyebrow tutorial. And follow up with the next video so you can see how to basically cover up your whole face. Alright? See you soon.